Bonjour, ma petite bonheurs de livres. Today we're going to be all up on Anthony Doerr's World War II-centric novel, All the Light We Cannot See. A beautifully concocted feel factory of historical fiction. And feels? Did I mention the feels?
Here it is time for BERK's. Brittni's BERK's.
All the Light We Cannot See spends a lot of its time from two different vantage points of two very different characters on different sides of the war. Werner, a young German boy with a penchant for fixing radios and a brilliant mind, and Marie-Laure, a blind girl who loves reading and snails. I know that sounds weird because I too had no idea how balls to the walls fascinating snails continue to be before I read this book. I mean, I had an inkling because of SpongeBob SquarePants and his pet snail Gary, but this really took it to a whole new snail-loving level. Marie-Laure is like a blind sommelier of snails. Her dad is the keeper of keys at the Museum of Natural History per France, so it's not just some weird snail fetish, but I'm sure that exists, because I have it. The book is written in extremely short chapters with the craziest timeline I have ever beheld. I beheld it, y'all. Years pass in pages, that past moves forward, and the present is also moving forward. Timeline's all up in your shit. It's like naked timeline twister. I recommend it for any Friday evening with friends. It reflected what I can only assume would be the aftershocks of a bombing, which is the main action in the book, the bombing of Saint-Malo. Confusion, befuddlement, and the slight ringing in your ears.
Is that just me? You want to get that checked out?
Like I was saying before I became a tangential lady of the night, I really liked this timeline until the crux of the action. The heart-thumping, climactic precipice kept getting interrupted! Ooh! Just give me the story. Just tell me the rest of the story! If you're suffering from literary blue balls, take 2 Stephen King novels at night and call your local librarian in the morning. Do not take Stephen King novels if you suffer from heart murmurs, nervous tics, or bookish snobbery. Some side effects may include meat sweats, excessive eye goop, and the feeling that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you. He's right there, isn't he? That last thing is real, by the way. It's called anatotophobia. So that's cool. I'm sure other World War II novels have done this, but this was unique to me because it was the first time I was introduced to a sympathetic German soldier character. In Werner, you got to see exactly how your given circumstances can lead you to allow human atrocities to happen around you. How indoctrination and fear played out on young, impressionable youth has devastating consequences. And even if you are a genuinely good person, with the right amount of these unfortunate ingredients, you too have the capacity for evil, even if it's just in the form of inaction. There's a quote from this book that sums that reoccurring theme up perfectly. Doing nothing is as good as collaborating. So the moral is that sometimes it's not what you do, it's what you don't do. I said do. This book made me put aside that nagging question I always had about World War II, or any war for that matter. How could anything so atrocious happen? How could any decent human being let it happen? But if you look down to the core of why a person acts in a very shitty way, you'll usually find a core reasoning of love or fear or indoctrination, something that is addressable. So thinking about those things is the first step in not following the dude who wants to exterminate a race of people. Never underestimate the power of a good old-fashioned background check. Sorry, we got on the bummer train today, guys, but sometimes you just gotta make a stop at Cognitive Function Junction and take a look around at the unwashed nether regions of history and make bad train jokes. Sometimes it's just what you gotta do. Contrary to my incoherent ramblings, I really liked this book, and if you like it too, I recommend The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. It is a World War II young adult novel, and it is narrated by Death. It is beautiful and chromatic and salty eye liquid inducing. For my boner rating, I give All the Light We Cannot See 5,000 snail boners. And I know that sounds like a lot, but snail boners are tiny, so 5,000 snail boners would just really be equal to one goodly, respectable boner. Oh, that's magical.
Click the box on the right to check out What the Flush with Zach as he lifts up the seat on Star Wars. It's a crap! Click the box on the left to watch an episode from Season 1 of Brittni's Book Burner Bistro. Taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool with substantial drool. Oh God, get me a napkin, it's everywhere. Subscribe, or I'll kill your family. I'll kill them all. Oh, I do.